Hi, in this module we're going to be looking at barriers to you going out for a run and what solutions you can come up with that can either overcome the barriers or limit those barriers so they have as little impact on you as possible. So there are a number of key questions initially for you to consider, thinking about you and how you might be giving yourself issues, how others might impact on that, work, home life, habits you have, etc. Okay. Now, the reason for all these questions and for you to really dig deep into all these answers is because once you know and are aware of what these barriers are, that's half the battle. Half the battle is knowing what they are and being mindful of them so that you can then look to tackle them. So that's really important. One of the best ways I can think of it doing this, as well as the questions I've given you, is to give you the who, what, why, when, where, and how questions for you to then think about how you'd fill in the rest of the questions. So who stops me from being able to run? Who gets in my way? Who can I run with? What kind of run can I do? What time of day would be best for me to run? What kit do I need to be able to have ready so that I can go for a run? All these kinds of questions using the who, what, why, when, where, and how framework can really help you to dig down into finding out all of these different barriers so that then you can look to find solutions to them. Once you've done that, the next thing to do is identify which of them you actually have any control over whatsoever and which ones you don't or are uncontrollable. All right. One of the best phrases I've ever heard in terms of running is just focusing on controlling the controllables. All right. Because so many people I know, so many athletes I work with worry and spend all this energy on things that they have no control over and they can't do anything about, whether that's things like the weather, other people's perception of them, other people's performances against them, or, just time, for example. You can't turn back time, but people still worry about things like that. You want to work out which of those things are uncontrollable and shift your attention and your energies away from those onto the things that you have identified that are controllable. Things like your attitude, your motivation, your ability to organize things, your communication with others. All of those things you can control, and those are the things that you can improve and help you in terms of finding solutions to any issues that you've come up with. Okay, so then you're going to think about what you can control and how you can control it, because that's important too. What you can't control and how that affects you. All right, and I think it's really powerful to write those things down so that you understand the kind of impact it has on you when you start to think about things that are outside of your control. Generally, it tends to make you feel stressed, makes you feel anxious, makes you feel overwhelmed. And we want to avoid those feelings or get away from those feelings over towards more positive things about steps you can take that are going to help you to succeed generally in life, but also particularly, obviously, for this program in terms of your running and overall fitness. Then you're going to review and order your controllable factors, all right? And rather than just taking a few of them or cherry picking them, what we're going to do is identify and go through each of them in turn and work out how you're going to find solutions, what solutions you can come up with to those particular issues that are getting you that's getting in your way of your running or your fitness work. And then finally, at the end, we're thinking about people that we might be able to ask for help or people who can support us in some way. Obviously, on this program, I can help you. Other people in the program can also help you. So that's something that you need to bear that in mind as well. But I really want you, when you're thinking about who you might be able to ask for help or for support, I want you to put yourself in the position of the person who's being asked for help. Imagine you are that person, so that if someone came to you asking that same thing, would you help them? And almost every single time the answer was, yeah, of course I can. Of course I'll help you. I'd love to help. All right. And because you're feeling like that and that's your response, that is almost completely always going to be the same response from somebody else who you ask. All right. So you don't have to be worried about asking for help. Just go and do it. Be confident in asking for help. All right. It doesn't show weakness. It doesn't show vulnerability. It shows that you're smart and you could do with somebody stepping up and being a friend, being a family member in a really helpful, productive, positive way. All right. And one of the things that I've asked you to also do is not just think about those people who could help you, but I want you to think about what it is they could do to help you and what positive impact that is going to help you have. So what is it they can do that is going to help you? Because if you can put that in your question to them, could you help me by looking after my children for this amount of time so that I can go out for a run and improve my fitness because I really want to be a great role model to my family? Once you make those extra things said, it becomes much more powerful as a request, and it sounds actually a lot more meaningful and like somebody can really help you. If you just say, oh, I need you to look after the kids for an hour, but you don't say why, there's far less power in that request than if you actually give a reason and explain what it is you want that help for. All right. It could be that you ask someone and they go, hey, absolutely. Maybe we could help each other out in that respect. Or, oh, I didn't know you were a runner. If you want a running buddy, I know someone who's looking for a runner as well to go out for a run with when it's dark at night or dark in the morning or this, that, and the other. All right. So you're never going to know what seeds those questions plant in other people. All right. And it's only when you ask that you're going to find out. All right. And what's the worst thing that can happen is someone says no to you. All right, fine. Well, at least you know then, and you can go and ask someone else. All right. So please don't be afraid of asking questions. Do really go through this this process carefully. All right. These are things that you can revisit in time, but don't rush it. All right. Go through it. Go through the process. Really dig deep into yourself and into what's going on in your life outside of you exercise and you running. Because the more energy and time you put into this, the better the outcome is going to be for you. Okay. All right. I'll see you on the next video.